are Dr. Sharmila Anand, Dr. Ashwini Chopra, Dr. Ramesh PR, Dr. H.K. Chopra, and Dr. S.P.S. Bakshi. And the session will be moderated by Dr. Hegde. I now request Aditya, Suma, and Mr. Karthikeyan.
Oh, all very.
And Dr. Chopra.
Hearty meal. Hearty meal. Have you heard of hearty meal? We will not come to that now. If there is time, I will tell you what a hearty meal is. Anyway, but what happens after a meal, especially with the meal like this, where there's so much of protein, milk products, it has got L-tryptophan, which shortens your light out sleep interval. So you doze off even when somebody is shouting at you. But we have one request from the panel. Sleep you can, but snore you should not, because your neighbor might be wanting to sleep also. We will come back. Now I have got a very eminent panel on the dais here, and what a pleasure to be sandwiched between two.
And ligar means choice making. It is in every cell of the body. In other words, mind is like a mobile brain. In last, to conclude, I would just like to say that we must understand, as is the microcosm, so is the macrocosm. As is the microcosm, so is the macrocosm, and as is the atom, so is the universe. As is the universal body, so is the cosmic body. And as is the universal mind, so is the cosmic mind. In Sanskrit, we call it Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande. And just a last word I must mention, since I am a scientist, I must speak something about the science also. And the word is, as is the quantum soup, so is the quartz. And as is the quartz, so is the boson. As is the boson, so is the proton, neutron and electron. And as are the proton, neutron and electron, so is the DNA. And as is the DNA, so is the perception, thought, interpretation and choice making. And as are the perception, thought, interpretation and choice making, so is the mind. As is the mind, so is the body. As are the mind and body, so is the health of the heart. And as is the health of the heart, so is the world around you. Choice is yours. Thank you.
It has done very well. Yes. Well, everything boils down to Sanatana Dharma. The man who found out, quantum physicist who found out E is equal to M, Hans Peter Dewar, who was the emeritus director of Max Planck Institute, says, I call E is equal to M as a duality. But who am I? I am a child in front of the Indian rishis who called it as Advaita thousands of years ago. And they wrote in the Upanishad, Bahirantas Chabhutanam, inside and outside of everything I am there. Charam acharamevacha. I am moving all the time, but I look solid. Maya. Sukshmavate tavijnayam. It is so subtle that no vijnana, no science can find it out. Durastam. If you don't know, you don't know. Cha, aniketa cha, tat. When you know, it's inside you. And this is the essence of everything at the end of the day. And that's what Chopra ji so beautifully, figuratively, quoting Deepak Chopra, has so beautifully said it. Thank you very much. You've done very well. Another Chopra. See, all Chopra, brilliant Chopras.
There's one Chopra there also.
One more Chopra sitting there. Now we come to the most important subject, homeopathy. You know, I love that. There was this young boy who was writing in every Tuesday in the Guardian, homeopathy is dead. Have you seen that? Every Tuesday in the Guardian. So I wrote to the director of the Homeopathy Institute in Calcutta, said, why don't you refute it? He says, sir, kaise karenge? You know, this is the diffidence that we have. So I wrote an article in defense of homeopathy, sent it to the Guardian. The editor says, I can't allow you more than 150 words. I said, you allowed him one page and you allow me only 150 words? I said, okay, I wrote it in 150 words. He published that. See, homeopathy is a great science which people don't know. And here is a wonderful homeopath, a handsome young man. A very strong Sardar at that. And Bakshi Saab. And he is here to tell you in the next 10 minutes how homeopathy can be integrated. See, we have integrated homeopathy 350 years ago. We got this sorbitrate, torbidite tablet you have take when you get chest pain. This is from homeopathy. And homeopathy, Heinemann's student had chest pain. And he had also headache. So he was in homeopathy they give headache tablet which produces headache. So he was taking this headache tablet and his chest pain got relieved. So one of the oldest medicines the pharmacologists know is sorbitrate. And sorbitrate came from homeopathy. So we have integrated 350 years ago. So now Bakshi ji, how to integrate now?
Thank you. I wish I had brought my presentation. I was told this is only...
It's good that you didn't.
Yes, I know. I knew this was coming. I knew this. You see, we are three generations
I love
of...
you for not bringing it.
Thank you, sir. See, we are three generations of homeopathy. I'm the second one. My daughter is the third one. The law of homeopathy is similar cures similar. And the beauty of homeopathy is no side effects. Or minimum side effects, let me put it. They are reversible side effects. And not only it is cost effective, but the cause is treated from the cause. The main thing is, my field has been allergies. In our general practice, we usually see allergies. And for the first time I was able to break this through my research. That everything, I've been listening to all the speakers, but my work is on genetics, and I found that everything is hereditary. Everything is hereditary, even सच बोलना, झूठ बोलना भी माँ बाप से आता है. Saintly parents produce saintly children, बदमाश criminals, नालायक politicians, उनकी औलाद खराब निकलेगी निकलेगी. So when I take the case history of the patient, the first is the नानकों में और दांतकों में paternal and grandparents में क्या क्या बीमारियां वो निकालो पहले. You see, for the first question, the patient comes and asks us कि डॉक्टर साहब हमें किस चीज से एलर्जी है. And you say ये चीज से एलर्जी है, ये चीज है. These are all external factors. The main cause of allergy is hereditary. It runs in the families of the patient in the form of skin, respiratory, stomach and joints. Whenever you have skin problems, you're bound to have respiratory. Skin and respiratory go hand in hand. Second is the stomach. Dr. Chauhan will agree with me, जो वायु पिता की बात कर रहे हैं, जहाँ पेट की प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगी वहाँ जोड़ों का दर्द आएगा ही आएगा. And all four this are called endogenic allergy. In the family history, you'll find all these four problems are there. नानकों में, दांतकों में. That is why I ask, मासी, मामा, चाचा, ताया, बुआ में किस में ये genetic traits हैं आपके? I was told on hereditary, I will give you example. Vasant Valley की जो principal थी Pilu Oberoi, her mother had cancer at the age of 42. She got cancer at the age of 41. Her sister had the age of 40. Her youngest brother died just now at the age of 40. He got cancer but at the age of 47, 48. So this is the role of hereditary factors. That everything is hereditary and allergies keep on shifting. आपने स्किन ठीक कर दिया तो रेस्पिरेटरी में शिफ्ट कर जाएगा. दोनों ठीक कर दिया, सो कॉल्ड ठीक क्योर. it will shift to the stomach. Or third is controlled, it will shift to the joints. I did not have the time to bring my presentation also. I would have shown you the cases of shifting in allergies. So what we do in our clinics, we build up the immune system. What the three major symptoms of allergies are: inflammation, dryness, and itch. Bronchitis, itis inflammation, gastritis inflammation, arthritis inflammation. All the four areas you have itis, inflammation. You only control by strengthening the line of the mast cell. As the allergic response, the histamines are released when the cell break. The histamines are released. They travel to the body. वहीं जाके अटैक करेंगे जहाँ आपका immune system weak है माँ बाप से. If I have respiratory problems in my family, my mother is asthmatic, my father is asthmatic, I'm bound to have respiratory problems. और वहाँ जाके वो inflammation पैदा करेंगे and you will get attack of bronchitis or arthritis or gastritis or dermatitis. So I have come to this conclusion after seeing more than, alone I'm talking, not of my clinic. I've got 30 clinics. We see about 2,000 patients daily in our clinic. But in my clinic, I've seen more than 14 lakh patients in my 43 years of practice. I've come to this conclusion. The moment you build up the immunity of the patient through homeopathy on the law of similars, the mast cell is not broken and the histamine is not released. And the beautiful thing what we are discussing today is approach and join all the system together, especially naturopathy. Through naturopathy, you know what to eat, what not to eat. As you all know, Dr. Dinsha Mehta, the famous naturopath, the first naturopath, the Pune Institute, he, in his book written, we are all walking pathological labs. There's one chronic disease lurking in the body in the form of skin, respiratory, stomach and joints. He says we are in a state of ill health, average health, normal health, supernormal health, and spiritual health is जो राम कबीर जी की थी उनकी बॉडी सेंड कर गई साथ में, that's the supra health, which is very rare, but basically we all are today in a state of average health. आप जितने लोग यहाँ बैठे हैं आप देख लीजिए किसके घर के अंदर जुकाम नहीं है, किसके गला खराब नहीं होता है. जहां गला खराब है वहां स्किन मिलेगी. कौन सा आदमी यहाँ बैठा है जिसकी पेट नहीं खराब है और जोड़ों को दर्द नहीं है? Show me one person who does not have this problem. So everything is hereditary. Build up immunity. Give naturopathy. I am very fond of naturopathy and homeopathy. I was talking to Dr. Tulli also in our medical college, Baxter Medical College in Greater Noida. If they can come and give lectures, मैं शर्मा जी को request कर रहा था to teach our doctors there, internists को, और homeopathy को, naturopathy को, acupressure को, acupuncture को, even Ayurveda को. If you unite, sorry, not allopathy को. No offense to anybody. Why? Allopathy is very good for acute emergency. हमारे IPDs बड़ी weak हैं. हमारे OPDs are very strong. We see thousands of patients every day. But acute emergency homeopathy is a problem. यहाँ हमारा clash हो जाता है इनके साथ. You take the help, but that should not be the main approach. A main approach has to be homeopathy, naturopathy, yoga, physiotherapy. मैं एक last बात बोलता हूँ. कभी आपने जोड़ों का दर्द लेबर क्लास में देखा है? You will never find labor जोड़ों का दर्द लेबर्स के अंदर. You need yoga, exercise, homeopathy, naturopathy, and acute emergency. Dr. Chopra, Dr. Ashwin ji ko bhejiye, so that the disease can be tackled. We are running. We made an experiment. There are 630,000 villages in the country. We have taken 10 villages near Greater Noida. We are giving free services. We are seeing about 1,200 patients, 1,000, 1,200 patients a day. And what a beautiful response. अगर वो हमारा प्रयास पक्का चल पड़ा, so a day is not far that homeopathy and all these sciences will become the first line of treatment among masses. With these words, nothing more to add. Thank you very much.
Good. Well done. I think he has hit the nail on the head. He said homeopathy also builds the immune system. Rest of some misconceptions he has developed over the time, because heredity does not mean genes. No. Heredity is environment. Now Mendelian, the Darwinian theory has been given up long back. It is now Lamarckian theory. If you took the child out of the family as soon as it is born and grow it somewhere else, it will have none of the things the family has. Now the father has cancer, the daughter has cancer, the daughter's daughter has cancer, because they live in the same environment.
No. Sir, excuse me. Dr. Hegde sir, माँ तो मर गई थी पाकिस्तान के अंदर. This girl was in Delhi. The sister is in Lucknow.
No, 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 you didn't understand, you didn't understand.
May I say something?
Yeah.
There is a new field of medicine called epigenetics. And epigenetics has clearly shown that genes are not responsible. They are responsible. What are genes according to this? Genes are merely blueprints. They receive orders from the environment. The cell membrane, actually perceives the signals from outside, sends the message to the genes, and the genes act accordingly. Like if you go to an architect's office and put the blueprints on an empty piece of land, the building is not going to grow. You need a contractor. Who is the contractor? You. So what is the environment? The environment, one is clearly the outside environment, the pollution, the alcohol, the cigarettes, the bad food and all that. But our internal environment, which is our thoughts, our attitudes, our beliefs, these are the things which we may use the word turning on a gene or turning off a gene, or expressing a gene or unexpressing a gene. You know, I mean, clear data has shown that when you do meditation and all that, a lot of genes that are meant for destruction are down-regulated. And a lot of genes that are meant for growth
एक
are
बात बोलूं,
up-regulated.
आप किसी दिन ना मेरे पास क्लिनिक में बैठ जाइए, मैं आपको लाखों पेशेंट दिखाता हूं जिसके अंदर स्किन और रेस्पिरेटरी साथ चलेगी, हेरिडिटी फैक्टर्स चलेंगे साथ में. 100% I'll show you. मैंने लाखों पेशेंट पर रिसर्च करी है.
Okay, let us now. Okay.
I am the result of one more experiment.
Yeah,
Keep it
yeah,
online.
yeah.
Homeopathy is become Veda वाक्य. वो बोल दिया तो उनका सही होगा.
इसलिए तो मैंने पहले बोल दिया एलोपैथी को दूर रखो. लॉ सप्रेशन आ जाएगा, हमको सप्रेस कर देंगे ये उठा के.
कैंसर में तो है, पक्का ही है, कैंसर में तो होता ही होता है.
हर चीज में होता है सर, मैं आपको दिखाता हूं. आपको मेरे पास आइए ना, मैं
नहीं,
दिखाता
हम
हूं.
बहुत
इसीलिए
flexible
मेरी
हैं.
स्लाइड होती पहली, एक्सेप्ट व्हाट इज acceptable to you, but do not reject what is not acceptable to you.
Maybe it's the karma law of karma. Which is coming.
Yes, पिछले जन्म के कर्म इस जन्म का भाग्य बनता है. बिल्कुल ठीक बोला आपने.
I think the
You can modify it, not change it. हाँ, मॉडिफाई तो हो जाएगा ना, क्योर नहीं होएगा. एरेडिकेट नहीं कर सकोगे प्रॉब्लम को आप. यू आर नॉट श्योर, आई एम श्योर सर. मैं तो लाखों पेशेंट देखे हैं, एक नहीं दो नहीं. ये आएगी चली जाएगी, ये आएगी चली जाएगी. बट डॉक्यूमेंटेशन के साथ दिखाता हूं. पूरा दिन सेमिनार करो मेरे साथ यहाँ. वो एलोपैथी के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से चलेगा, बट टू
No, I am not talking allopathy. I am not talking allopathy. This is not allopathy. I am just talking about an experiment.
सर
that is
एक्सक्यूज
clearly
अश्विनी जी,
shown.
एलोपैथी की जो अप्रोच है टोटली सप्रेशन वाली है, बिल्कुल उल्टी है होम्योपैथी से. बिल्कुल सेंस करती है.
दवाइयां डालोगे तो टॉक्सिन्स आएंगे, सप्रेस हो जाएगा, बीमारी कभी नहीं.
Madam.
Saying Dr. Ashwini is very different.
No, I know.
You see that cell membrane is the brain of the cell, not the nucleus which has genes. Genes only help in duplication. Rest
व्हाट डुप्लीकेशन? जो माँ बाप से बीमारी आती है.
No, okay. Let us go a little deeper into it. All of you are getting passionate now. You know, you think modern medicine is, allopathy is bad. No, we are not talking, madam.
मोटे लोगों के बच्चे मोटे होते ही है.
Madam, no, that means you have not seen many people. Don't worry. Now, coming back to the original state, see, human chromosome is now known to contain only 23,000 genes, which a rat has, which even an earthworm has. So, it can't produce all the diseases, all the features. But human chromosome has 2.5 trillion germ genes. We are germs children, according to evolutionary biology. It's nothing to do with modern medicine. It's evolutionary medicine says gene penetrance is what Ashwini was talking about. Gene penetrance is because the environment is conducive, gene penetrates. Otherwise, it doesn't penetrate. Now, this environment is not Pakistan and India. No. The environment is the same habits, same things that you do, which your parents did, your others did. Supposing you transplant a child as soon as it is born to an American family, and with the whole thing is different, this child will have, why that experiments have shown, if twins, uniovular twins, one left with the parent, one taken to some distant place, they grow differently, totally differently. It's the environment. Now, Lamarckism is the day, not Darwinism. And Lamarckism says, it is the environment. Now, I tell you, you take a chameleon, a female chameleon, when it goes, and chameleon's enemy is a snake. And every chameleon has got a smell capacity to find a snake in the vicinity about 100 feet. At that time, if the fetus is in the womb of the chameleon, it can change the genes by penetration environment to have the offspring have 10,000 feet capacity to smell a snake.
सर आप वो बात कर रहे हैं, मैं बीमारी की बात कर रहा हूँ. बीमारियां
नहीं,
सारी
नहीं.
की सारी हेरिडिटरी हो रही हैं.
अरे बीमारी तो अलग नहीं हो सकती है.
कैसे
ये तो
नहीं?
these are
आपको
all-
अगर अस्थमा है मुझे बता दीजिए, मैं पहले आप मुझे पेशेंट की फैमिली हिस्ट्री बता दो, मैं बीमारी बता दूंगा क्या क्या आने वाली है.
Okay. All right, I'll take your point of view because there's no point in arguing on that. But I'm telling you what's happening in the field of epigenetics. There is no genetics, no longer genetics. Genetic engineering is a farce. Stem cell research is a farce. Taking the stem cells from your umbilical cord and preserving it for over 3 crores of rupees for your child is a farce. It's all money-making business. We still hang on to genetics for money-making business. But the truth of science is epigenetics has taken over. And epigenetics simply means that you can influence everything. Now, see, this is where I come back to meditation now. It's not modern medicine. If you do meditation, your chromosome has got the two ends called telomeres. Telomeres are like the shoelaces, shoe horns. So these become shorter and shorter as age advances. You sit and meditate really, what's called mindful meditation in English language. These become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and you live longer. Now this is shown now by experiment. Nothing to do with modern medicine. Meditation is not modern medicine. It's naturopathy, madam. So you should be happy about it. It's also homeopathy because you should be happy about it. So let us not argue. This is where the integration becomes difficult because each one of you have that hubris. What I say is right because I have seen. Yes, you are right. These geneticists have seen millions of people. So they have got records of millions of people, not just 40,000 or 20,000 or 30,000. So it is the epigenetics now. We have come back to the original state. That it's your environment that faces. The environment doesn't mean your house and all. You stay in the same house in Punjab or in Delhi. No. You take the same habits with you wherever you are. You eat the same food. You behave the same way. You have the same anxieties. You have the same hatreds. You have the same jealousies. Same thing, it's all one. That's what Ayurveda says, if I may quote that not correctly. Krodha, Shokha, Bhaya, Ayasa, Viruddhanna Bhojana, Taponalan, Kattu, Amlakshara, Livana, Tikshnoshnati, Raktapitta Prakopet. What's the treatment? Hita, Mita, Ahara, Sevi. Samikshakari, work very hard. Data, be a giver, not a taker. Samaha, look at everybody equally. You look at the boss, you say, sir, and you look at the peon, hey, gone, your health is gone. So they are all human beings, born like everybody. Why the difference? So D.H. Lawrence so beautifully said, our ingress into this world was naked and bare. You came without even underwear. Our progress in this world is trouble but care. Our egress from this world will be nobody knows where. If you do well here, you will do well there. So then it says Satyapara. Don't tell a lie, because if you tell a lie, tension. You have to remember that lie. Next time when somebody asks, also the same lie has to be repeated. So it is very tense. But tell a lie, it's Satyapara. Tell the truth, no tension at all. Kshamavan, forgive people. And then what? Aptopasevi bhavet arogyam. You treat everyone as your near and dear ones, not your son and daughter and mother and child. So if you treat everyone as all of you are my brothers and sisters, I told you in the morning. Do you know why? Selfish motive. I want to be healthy. So this is what is about health. Now integration, the biggest problem in my concept is hubris, our ego. We should leave all our ego. You sell your ego in the market and come here. I will integrate the whole systems in no time. It's not difficult at all. Now we have 10 minutes, precious time, for precious questions from you. Questions must be short. Yes, Tony.
How many of you are actually practicing integration with what success and how?
You want me to answer?
All of you answer.
All of you.
Quick answer.
Quick answer.
I actually deal with a lot of emergency medicine, so that is one part of my life. But the moment the emergency is over, when I'm in the outpatient department, I talk to people, I get them in touch with their feelings, I explain to them there are things, there is a subtle body and there's a vital body and all these things. I explain them how each and everything is there. A large percentage of my patients take homeopathy, Ayurveda, and I believe the most complete science is naturopathy. So I combine with them. I've treated cancers in association with Ayurveds and with naturopaths and other things like that. Wherever they needed platelets, we give them platelets, the rest of them. So I'm supporting my patients who want to follow a particular field of medicine. You see, the problem is that usually these other fields are taken up when everything is lost. Then they go. Then these guys also can't do anything, you see. So, but if there are people who have the courage, provided they're supported, to go to these fields first, they get well. They get well. Of course, we need to support them in certain things.
I'd just like to give one comment. Whenever I practice my medicine for last 35 years, I write minimum medicines because I believe that meditation is 1,000 times superior than medication. I always prescribe in my prescription meditation and yoga every day, also for you. This physician is giving me time. I believe more in CAT scan and not in CAT scan.
You made one comment that, you're always bringing them back to balance. Yeah, to the norm. But the norms are in the present world as well. The norms become abnormal when there is a turbulence and agitation in the mind. You have to create a balance. If you are in the balance all the time, the diseases won't come. Yeah,
I can tell you, I see a lot of patients coming to me from Supreme Court or from High Court or from the export house. Just by a fit of anger, they get a massive heart attack and they are brought in.
that is explainable. But
So you have to understand what happens to our system. We have a subtle system. As I mentioned, you trillion chemical reactions occurring every second within you. They are all influenced by the environment.
I think what Tony is asking is, you said, my adrenal is up, I'll down it, my sugar is up, I down it. That's what he says. So today's sugar levels are artificially made for the company's level. It's
Yeah.
coming down every day.
No, sir. I tell you what happens is, if I do only allopathy practice, I'll create a haphazard graph. But if I practice complementary medicine along with that, it really helps. Because I am very scientifically validated that here's my medicine playing, but I am also optimizing the lifestyle of a person as per the norms. If I keep on giving medicine on one side and on the other side you smoke 30 cigarettes a day or 40 cigarettes a day and take 2 bottles of alcohol every day, what am I doing? Am I abusing my patient or I'm optimizing the chemistry within us? So that's what my purpose is, to optimize by whatever best method possible. That's why I believe in CAM, complementary alternative medicine, all to be integrated. Integration is the only way, as Ashwini mentioned very rightly, everything is integrated. I am not a right eye expert or a left eye expert. I am not a right ear expert or a left ear expert. It's we have created these divisions. Everything is integrated. Whether it's a mind or a body or a soul or a spirit or environment, all are integrated. So we have to create a optimization. That's what I do.
Okay. So, you have anything? Integration.
The ego comes in. अगर अकेले आप कर रहे हो practice, like in asthma, I am treating my patient with naturopathy also. But if some other person comes with me and working with me, puts his foot, ऐसे नहीं ऐसे वो ego clashes आ जाती हैं उसके अंदर. But in skin, homeopathy we tackle beautifully. Mainly my practice is skin and respiratory. Asthma, we have to give naturopathy diets to give because there are food जो कि channels of circulation को block करता है. जैसे उड़द की दाल है, राजमा है, आसमा को नहीं दे सकते. So you have to stop all this and give naturopathy diet, and homeopathy works beautifully. And in 2 months, 90% of patients का inhaler बंद करा देते हैं या कम हो जाते हैं.
Good. I think that's a very good thing because with our modern medical treatment, asthma deaths are increasing.
23 patients are dying every day in Delhi.
Because we are giving beta
patients are dying every
agonists,
day.
which damage the heart. So instead of the asthma death coming down since the advent of modern medicine, including steroids, the death rate in asthma is going up. You see, when I was a student, we were taught that asthma patients are safe because they don't get tuberculosis. This was our rule. It was true. But today, every asthma patient gets tuberculosis because he is on steroids. So we are creating a lot of this. Say, for example, you take statin for lowering your cholesterol. 10 to 40% of them become diabetics in 1 year. So we are manufacturing diabetes. Morning somebody was making there's a diabetic increase in India. No, that's artificial. That statistics is created by the epidemiologists. Do epidemiologists produce epidemics? True. Now that was not what I was saying. If you integrate, how do you do that? Kotakal, do you do any integration?
Yes, sir. Because
how do you
this
do?
is what I was
Go on,
discussing
telling.
about.
That's your turn.
Most of the patients come with so much complications. So you are not we never tell them to stop all, because a person who is having a heart problem, you cannot stop all the medicines all of a sudden. So They will be taking all those medicine, but at the same time, that is how I shown that in that cancer patient, he was on lot of other emergency medicines, life-saving drugs. So we very cautiously, because initially I was skeptical to take him because profuse bleeding and conventional medicine could not do anything. But he very, very beautifully, he was a person who wanted to do Ayurveda, and he has come all the way from USA, and we did that. And it worked wonderful results for him. And the doctors in USA called me and told that it is working. So we have done it together, and that person is still alive. This last month also he was, this time he came for his diabetes, and but the cancer and such things were all under control. And he's living normally. He's a baseball, this thing. So what I was trying to say that actually integration and the research project which I have done, because there, what Hegde sir was telling is very true. Because when you have egos, you feel that Ayurveda is the best thing and all other chemical medicines. Allopathy also sees that this is unscientific and weird. But when you have an open mind, basically I believe that we are all human beings. I became an Ayurvedic physician after studying Ayurveda, but basically I'm a human being, and a modern medicine person also is a human being. If you have this consciousness, actually we sit together with an open mind, broad mind. That is what we did in cancer research.
You know, the first, you are absolutely right. The first lesson that we have to learn is humility.
Yeah. So,
humility, you become educated
and
person.
It helps. Because, sir, actually, you will be, because if time in
yes,
Germany,
yes, and your limitations. Yes, madam.
They have accepted leaching. Because this year, when I went there, it was a wonder. In leaching in India, still it is because you have hepatitis and such issues. Germany, what they have done is that actually they have leech farms. They use only one-time leaching. Because if you pay $5, unused leech will come to you with a disposable jar. And the modern medicine doctors are using, naturopathy doctors are using, and Ayurvedic physicians are also using. In the university, part of the internal medicine, integrative medicine, there's 300-bed hospital, 60 beds they have kept for Ayurveda and Chinese medicine. And here, now after using the leech one time, you have to dispose it in the disposable jar and send it back. And they will put them in another pond, which is no mixing up of leeches. This much advanced thing they have already started, which in India we have not yet started.
As a matter of fact, there is more progress in the West about integration than in India. India being the mother of all these things, we don't even think about it. See, America teaches CAM for medical college students, we don't. Because we have an archaic 1952 rule which says modern medicine only should be taught in medical colleges if you want MCI recognition. And today, I started a diploma in Ayurveda for medical doctors when I was a vice chancellor. I wrote to all the commission, said, do you have any objection? Nobody wrote back. I sent a reminder, nobody wrote back. So I started a specific thing, selected 6 students from all over the world. We had a girl from Guy's Hospital Medical School who had done MBBS here. We started the course. And I started an Ayurveda department spending about 20 crores of rupees for the university. Now, the course went on for 1 year. They all passed the first year. It was a 2-year course. Then the Ayurvedic Council of India went to the High Court against me, saying that according to 1948 Punjab High Court judgment that Ayurveda is allopathy, it's not allopathy, it can't be combined. And as, I shouldn't be saying that, the learned judge, the learned judge said, the argument is correct, what Dr. Hegde is doing is illegal, so the course must be stopped, and each student must be given 50 lakhs compensation. So students went to the Supreme Court on a PIL, said we don't want compensation, we want the degree. So Supreme Court said the PIL is, this thing is, compensation is rolled out. I said I'll teach you people a lesson. Now it was a 2-year course, I only made the syllabus. I said I'll make it 1-year course. They had already passed the 1-year exam. So we gave them the diploma. Then I told them, you will continue here for another 9 months remaining time as interns. So you'll have 2-year training. And these people are wonderful doctors all over the world. Because if you are a medical doctor and then you study Ayurveda, you have an insight into both the sciences. And this is the way India works. I tell you, we don't want progress. Now, Oregon University Medical School, Southern Oregon University, they have called me for a conference 3 months ago, where integration of Ayurveda into modern medicine was to be discussed, and I had to give a keynote address. And very interestingly, I told them I can't come, I have a backache. They said, no, we'll send you a business class ticket, come. So I went for just 2 hours talk all the way to Oregon. And then what happens is, they are so enthusiastic about it. They've already formed a group, and they want me to send a good Ayurvedic doctor to advise them, and they have started now translating Charaka Samhita. Mind you, Americans, translating Charaka Samhita in a understandable way for Western medicine. Can you believe that? These are things going on there. We are here sitting and talking big things, doing nothing because we still follow the British mindset. 1952 rule, MCI is running on that. Because we want more rules. More rules means more corruption. Less rules means no corruption. If you don't go to the MCI for begging bowl, where is the corruption question? So we don't want progress. Let us at least here, we are not concerned with all that. What we should do is, first thing is, as Bakshi Sahab rightly agrees with me, which is a very nice thing, that humility is our requirement because we don't know our limits. We think we are superpowers. This is the problem. When I was a young doctor one day, this lady taught me all this that I'm doing now, like an ass for the last 45 years, that one lady taught me. She brought her husband dead to the hospital at 2 o'clock in the morning. And my boys called me and said, sir, he is brought dead, but she doesn't believe he can die because he's only 34 years, very healthy, goes for a checkup every day, and then does everything. He's thin, he's running, jumping, everything, but he's died. So I went there at 2 o'clock in the morning. I didn't have my shoe on. I had a chappal. And this lady was rolling in the intensive care unit. And suddenly when she saw me, she held my ankle. I said, tight, I tell you. She said, doctor, why did my husband die? That moment at 2 o'clock in the morning, I realized what a bloody fool I was. Up until then I said, oh, I know everything. I'm a cardiologist, Harvard, this, London, blah, 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 blah. I said, if she had asked, how did my husband die? I could have given her a big discourse on atherosclerosis, cholesterol, blah, blah. But she said, why did my husband die? Then I said, oh, I don't have a question. I'm a bloody fool. I said, I must know. And when I went out to find out, which took me 45 now years, I found out that positive sciences cannot answer the question why. They can answer only how or how much, not why. A physiologist can say, how does the heart contract? Why does the heart contract? No. It requires teleology, philosophy, spirituality, religion, and what have you. And then I went into all these areas. And that is why I have become an ass. Otherwise I would have been a doctor. So this is exactly what is happening. I tell you what. So we must know ourselves first. If I am a monkey, I accept I am a monkey. I have no problem at all. If somebody says you are a monkey, I am happy. He has known. But supposing I am a monkey and I prevent like a tiger, somebody tells you are a monkey, I get so angry. How did he find out my monkeyness? So we must be, we must be peace with ourselves. Then progress occurs. Science is simply questioning. Science is curiosity. I have definition of science, which I think, because I think I did it. Science is organized curiosity with logical skepticism. You ask a question. Now I know why her husband died. I could tell her because why her husband died. Because her husband had to die. As Chopra Sahab very rightly said, if we are not, we are all mortals, remember that. And we are all fallible. Doctors included in that. So nobody is infallible. We are all mortals. If you don't die, this world cannot run. Supposing all those who were born here for all times to come were here, we wouldn't have time to even stand up. Yes, madam.
Sir, I want to, yes, my input on, yes. Well, doctors looking at caring and touching others, we wanted to get the doctors connected with self. All that we are talking here, that's why we introduced yoga into the first year curriculum. Well, yes, I do understand MCI doesn't allow us to do that.
No, MCI finds out next inspection your degree will be removed.
I know, sir.
Because I wanted to introduce this in 2 universities where I am a direct member of the board, and there is a member from the MCI. He says, Professor Hegde is saying something sensible, but MCI doesn't permit that. Only accepted Western medicine should be taught. Yoga is not accepted Western medicine. Can you believe that? This young girl is in trouble because she is an MBA, she can manage.
Well, I'm actually going to be, post this, I've got a presentation with you where you'd actually see how connecting with self helps. Yeah. Unless the doctor is able to connect with self, connecting with the patients is becoming difficult.
तो हम सब ये तो डाटा रखते हैं कि हमसे पेशेंट कितने ठीक हुए, लेकिन कितने ठीक नहीं हुए उसका कोई डाटा नहीं होता. सेकंड, हम जब कहते हैं कि रोग अंदर से आते हैं, क्रोध आया तो उनका हार्ट अटैक हुआ, लेकिन हम सारा इलाज तो बाहर से कर रहे हैं. क्या आप डॉक्टर्स जो कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट हैं, क्या आप हम जो लोग मेडिटेशन कराते हैं, आप हमें रेफर क्यों नहीं करते? मैंने कितने डॉक्टरों से कंसल्ट किया कि आप हमें योगा, नेचुरोपैथी और मेडिटेशन के लिए रेफर करें, कोई नहीं करता, और हम सिर्फ बातें करते हैं इंटीग्रेशन की.
Yeah, your very pertinent question that you asked. We don't refer because of our egos.
Yes.
Elephantine egos.
हम सिर्फ बातें करते हैं. अगर हम ईगो हटा के काम करें तो आई थिंक रोग रहेगा ही नहीं.
Correct. And your first question is wrong. We know how many people are damaged by us. You go to this paper, write down. Is US medicine the best in the world? Paper. Is US medicine the best in the world? Is US medicine, which we follow here verbatim. Is.
Okay.
IS.
और हम में से कितने लोग ऑथेंटिकली काम कर रहे हैं?
एक मिनट.
जस्ट अ मिनट. जब हम आयुर्वेद की बात करते हैं, उसमें से दवा को हटा दीजिए, फिर बताइए आयुर्वेद क्या है. हम सब जगह दवा को क्यों इतने प्रोडक्ट्स आ जाते हैं कि आदमी कंफ्यूज हो जाता है. श्री रविशंकर जी से लेके रामदेव तक सिर्फ दवाएं.
Now you are coming to the politics of that. We are only talking. No, we are only talking about the science of it.
ऑथेंटिकली बात करें कि दिस इज आयुर्वेदा, दिस इज नेचुरोपैथी. बट कितने लोग हैं सर जो वैसे उस तरह से काम कर रहे हैं?
अरे यार, उनका फ्यूनरल है. We can't help it. Now come back to our problems.
It is actually the funeral of the Maris. Just supplemental to her. You are talking about ego.
Yes.
You are on the other side of the chair, sir. We as patients go to the doctor. The arrogance, the behavior, the looting is unbelievable. That is one. The other about the homeopathy. Dr. Bakshi has been very kind explaining all of that. Homeopathy also lives with an arrogance that if you are eating my sugar pill, you can't touch anything else. You can ask him. You can't touch, allopathy. You can't touch Ayurveda. You can't even drink your tea. You can't even smell a scent. This is what they say. So the arrogance is total. The doctors must finally start realizing this. That they treat patient as dirt and they only look at his check.
You are very good. Yes, madam.
हमारे पास जो पेशेंट आते हैं ना, वो आयुर्वेदा, एक्यूप्रेशर, एलोपैथी, होम्योपैथी सब जगह से जब बाहर आ जाते हैं, इतनी बड़ी फाइल लेके हमारे पास आते हैं.
हमारे पास भी आते हैं इतने बड़े फाइल लेके. लेकिन क्या होता है? देखिए, लंदन में 19th century में 1823 somebody wrote saying that London doctors of 1823 are a bunch of corrupt, nepotistic, incompetent fools. And then he said, I will teach them science and I'll start a journal which I call as Lancet, the Lancet, knife, so that I cut the pus from they have become an abscess on the human body. This was in 1823 he started Lancet. James Wakeley was his name. Now the journal is 185 years old, very famous, prestigious journal. The present editor, Richard Horton, said, what impact has it made on medical practice? Do you know, they asked a medical historian, Hilary Butler from New Zealand, to do the audit, and she wrote, I don't tell you the whole audit, it's very complicated. What was once a bunch of corrupt, impotent, nepotistic fools has transformed itself into a corporate monstrosity which is killing people by the dozens all over the world. You understand that? Which means the problem is we have taken medicine of all hues and colors to the marketplace, and market forces work on it. What are the market forces? Mandeville, Adam Smith's teacher, wrote, corporate business is making profits irrespective of consequences. I have a tape of a CEO of a hospital talking to his chairman. Chairman tells him, he put it on the what is that called, not silence mode, speaker mode. Chairman says, what's the matter? Last month was 1 crore profit and this month it has come to 90 lakhs, 10 lakhs minus. At this rate your job will be very insecure. This man says, sir, patients are not the same, they'll come up and down. You must adjust it. If they're less, you can do more surgeries. Do some more surgeries, angioplasties, and I'll get the money.
This is true.
So, what is running this world? Money, man, money. Morning I promised to give you a study to say how money is very good. Write down. Failure of scientific medicine, the Innu community study. Innus were an aboriginal race, they had no money, no disease. Now money has come, they are Canadian citizens, they have every disease before the Canadian Caucasians have. Now the last one I said, is US medicine the best in the world? Have you written that? The author's name is Barbara Starfield. And the journal is JAMA. JAMA is a very prestigious journal of the American Medical Association. Year is 2000, volume 248, page 483. Please read this. The medical establishment is the leading cause of death in this world. So patients are our king. I always tell my students, a patient can very well survive without doctors, but a doctor cannot survive without patients. Be warned. So you be good to your patients. ठीक है ना?
इस इंटीग्रेशन में जो मेन सब्जेक्ट है वो होने का बहुत बड़ा डर है. जैसे हम कहते हैं कि वे ऑफ लिविंग, हेल्दी लिविंग इज द प्राइमरी इम्पोर्टेंट. 1 लगाइए फिर 0 लगाते जाइए, वैल्यू बढ़ती जाएगी. कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि 0 लग जाए और 1 पीछे रह जाए.
नहीं, आप तो बहुत ठीक बोल रही है. बात ये है कि आज का वर्ल्ड है वो रैट रेस में रन कर रहा है. हम आपको पूरा पोके लाइफस्टाइल चेंज करिए बोलो तो कोई भी नहीं करेगा.
देखिए हमारी पैथी क्या सबसे बड़ी इम्पोर्टेंट है ड्रगलेस.
No. Now we have agreed now that naturopathy is the king. Okay, now leave it. All other pathis go around that.
Human life is more important than any pathy.
I think now we'll have to wind up because everybody is in a hurry to go, and my friend Ashwin has to go somewhere urgently. So yes, madam.
Very small question.
Yes, madam.
To Dr. Ramesh.
Yeah.
You said that man came with a lot of faith in your Ayurvedic. Don't you think that component was had a high variance factor which contributed to his getting well? See, this is one, how do we put that component into all your integration? The faith I have in one particular thing, I failed in another thing, I have great faith in that itself helps in the curing of it.
By the way, there are studies now which are called the biology of belief. There are studies which have shown that when I believe, this changes take place in my body. These are clearly shown.
You can get cured by any method.
No, you can get cured. I told you in the morning, gave you a study where distilled water, salt water, cured the pain where morphine did not. It's all faith. So everywhere it is faith, madam. But that's not the question. The question is whether we can integrate. If any one of you have any doubt, please come and see our research center in Chennai, where we do integration in a wonderful way. We have modern medicine. We have even what's called Paidalajin. This is a Chinese method where you simply hit.
Biophoton methods.
Biophoton. We have everything. We have biophoton methods. Energy medicine. No, I fell down in the airport the other day. I had 4 injuries, major injuries. But I got up and walked up to the plane with great difficulty, went to our center. I have a Siddha chap who does what's called wormology. And within 2 hours, I was able to go back to my hotel and work. I should have been in the hospital. And then within 2 days, I was able, and within now 1 week, I am in Delhi. I still have some backache. Yeah. He was a witness there. You know, he was a witness, he was seeing him doing the thing. But when he does that, it's terribly painful. Huh? But when he removes his finger, my pain is gone. I still have some backache, but it's a residual backache. You know, last night I couldn't sleep well because of the residual backache. But I can, if I get hold of this man once more, I'll be fine. But only thing is I'm like an ass going round the world, you see. So no time to do anything. But I'm telling you this. I can give you my own experience about quantum healing. But I don't have the time, I don't want to do that. But every system works. Let's have equal respect for everyone. With the madam system as the king. Thank you very much.
Sorry.
No, it's all.
The big boss.
Doctor, this is the best session. People don't want to change. Go on, come closer. No.
I'll do like this.
Oh, wonderful.
No, if we give...
We had the session in the morning.
Oh, but not with them. Yeah, but not with them. Thank you.
Thank you so much.